Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel Scratch Learners. Today we will see the C++ program for recursive merge sort. If you don't know the concept of merge sort, then please watch out my video on merge sort given in the I button. So let's begin. See, this is the program for recursive merge sort, that is the top-down approach of merge sort algorithm. These are simply the declaration of the functions that we are going to use today. Within the main block, we are starting by declaring an array ARR of size maximum. Here maximum equals to 100 and it is of type integer. Then in the beginning, we are inputting all the elements of the array in the variable n, and then we will input all the elements of the array in the position I of the array A. Then we will call this function merge sort with the arguments array, the lower bound of the array, that is 0, and the upper bound of the array, that is n minus 1. So let's see the block for this function merge sort. See, this is the function merge sort that will help us in partitioning the array into multiple subarrays. Okay, here low is the lower index of the array and up is the upper index of the array. Let's consider this as the array. Okay, it is of type integer and it contains 6 elements, and this 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 are their array indexes. So the value of low will be 0 and the up is 5, right? So while 0 is less than 5, we will find the middle element. Okay, we will find the position of the middle element. That means the middle index from which we need to partition the array. So after partitioning the array, we will get two subarrays. One containing the element 2, 5 and 10, and the other containing the element 1, 6 and 3. Right. Then we will call this function merge sort with the arguments array, the low and mid. That means this array. That means the first array. Here the value of low is 0 and the value of mid is 2. That means we will pass this array for sorting. Now again, see, this is the recursion, right? So here we are calling the same function. This merge sort will call this function. Then again a middle index will be found and the array will be partitioned, right? So then we will get two subarrays, one containing the element 2 and the other containing the element 5 and 10, right? Similarly, this element 5 and 10 will again be partitioned, and all the elements 2, 5 and 10 will be stored in different subarrays. Okay, these are different subarrays of length 1. That means it contains only one element. Now the same process will work for this subarray. So here it will be partitioned as 1, and in other subarray 6 and 3, right? Then in the next step, all the elements of the array will be stored in different subarrays, each of length 1. So these elements 1, 6 and 3 are in different subarrays of length 1. Now what? Now this function merge will be called for each subarrays to merge these elements in the sorted order. Okay. See, this is the block for that merge function in which different subarrays will be merged into a single array, right? So while I is less than up 1 and j is less than equals to up 2, we will execute these statements in which if the element at the ith index of array is less than equals to the element at jth index of the array, then we will copy the element at the ith index into the array temp at location k, and we will increment the values of k and I by 1 to point to the next index, right? And if the element at the ith index is greater than the element at jth index, then what we need to store? The element at jth index is smaller, right? So we need to store the element at jth index in the array temp at location k. And again we are incrementing the values of k and j by 1 to point to the next index, right? Now if all the elements of an array are stored but some elements are remained in the another array, then we will execute these two loops. If we are having some remaining elements in the first array, then we will execute this loop in which we will store all the elements of the first array in the array temp. But if all the elements of the first array are already stored and we are having some remaining elements in the second array, then we will store the elements of the second array in the array temp, right? So this is the body for the function merge. Okay, so after merging these array, we will get a sorted array which will look like this, right? And this is stored in the array named as temp. So now after all the sorting operation, we need to copy all the elements from this temp array to our actual array ARR, right? So this function is called for copying the elements of the value of the array temp to the array ARR, right? See, this is the block for that copy function. Here we are just copying all the elements from the index low to the index up, that is from the lower bound to the upper bound. We are copying all the elements of the array temp in the array ARR at location I, right? So in this way we will get all the elements of the array in the sorted order. So this is the code of merge sort in C++. Let's run this program. Let the number of elements be 9. Okay, and the elements are okay. So see here we have got our sorted list, right? And all the elements are sorted in the ascending order. So this is how the recursive merge sort algorithm works. If you like this video, please subscribe my channel and tap the bell icon. Thank you.